neuropathy or numbness in hands and feet. And also, within obesity folks, well, one type take care of neuropathy, and the other type of obesity take care of the brain. So it's a win-win for people who are diabetic and for folks who are having liver conditions, and anybody with just activity pain, hands and feet, to the diabetes, neuropathy, that B6, that boost, folks, and that boost is powerful. So we're waiting on Mr. T, folks. So if you're on the line, just let me know you're live, and then I will check what I'm saying down. And then we talk about the value of vitamin D and the numbers, and people, folks, are becoming educated. And he said, well, Dr. Vincent, my levels are 40, so they're normal. I say, no, ma'am, that's not normal. And like I shared with her, it's normal if you're a healthy kid. It's normal if you're a healthy adult. But if you're older with diabetes and hypertension and high cholesterol, that's not normal. And I teach my folks and teach my team that anything below 70 is abnormal. And if you have cancer or serious diseases like kidney failure, you got to get above 85. And the question is, with Dr. Vincent, isn't too high? When you research vitamin D, the only time that toxicity happens is over 300. So try to get up between 70 and 100. I call that the rate of optimum vitamin D in order to protect yourself from diseases. If you don't have a disease, folks, 40 or 50 will maintain you. But if you're sick, folks, want to stay well, get above 70. So I shared the vitamin D with her and the vitamin B with her. And, of course, folks, I just don't just share 2 sprays. We talked about the Super 10 and the cell energy. And she was excited. She was happy because she said, Doctor, I just didn't know. I said, a lot of us just don't know. I'm still learning. I know a lot about nutrition and healthcare, but I'm still learning. Like I told her, I don't know 10%. So I'm ignorant when it comes to a lot of this area, but guess what? Through this company, we're learning. So, folks, we have a very important meeting, folks, seminar, convention in D.C. on this Saturday. And we're trying to get Ann from Chicago, Melissa from Chicago, and myself. So we have 15 folks coming from this team. And I haven't seen nothing more powerful, folks. I'm in this industry, folks. I retired at age 40 because of another company. So I know the taste of being able to not go to work, the taste of being able to lay in bed for 2 or 3 days at a time if I choose to and not get in the shower, folks. Because why? Because I had no place to go and no clock to punch or no patients to see. So I know the taste of having $100,000 in my checking account and being able to get up and do the things I want to do or help my family. I know that taste, folks, and that taste is good. And I'm going to taste it again and be better with this company. So we got folks, on the phone probably this is new to you. And I'm a chiropractor, folks, and I would never, ever see another patient in an office. I can help far more people with these ways. And folks know my testimony. And so folks down in Atlanta saw me the weekend, and a year ago when they first saw me, folks first met me, my skin was horrible. I was embarrassed, folks, of my face and my skin, how I look. I look sick, very sick. Dr. Vincent, do you got cancer, Dr. Vincent? All these people ask questions because they're concerned, but what's amazing, they ask questions. If they knew what you had, they could help if they had the answer. And now, folks, I leave my house, folks, with joy and pride because I know after these sprays, my life has been changed. My health has been changed. Now, folks, I'm going to change my family's health, my friends' health, everybody's health, and their finances. Folks. In their finances. And like I'll share with my nephew about these sprays. I said, this family will get this whole business. I'm going to put the folks in it, and I want to build this business for my family. The last company I was in, we built a 30,000 10 line. The last company in 3 or 4 short years, and I'm just getting started, folks. A lot of folks don't know who I am because I've been going to every convention. I've been on every conference call, but God said be silent and listen and learn. Sometimes, folks, you got to be silent, listen, and learn. You don't got to be up front. But one thing about this here, folks, my name is Dr. Vincent, and you guys don't know my team because we're going to be 10 stars. 10 stars means what? Helping a whole lot of people, a whole lot of sick folks, a whole lot of broke folks. Like my nephew said, well, Uncle Michael, I'm not sick. But, folks, he was here, folks, over here where I'm at, coming to borrow money. I said, nephew, you're not sick. You're very healthy. I said, but you are sick because you got pocketitis. You broke. Pocketitis is a sickness, folks. It's a disease. It's a disease, folks, so definitely, folks. So I want to help the folks, with the skin conditions, the folks that the doctors couldn't fix, the people with the Alzheimer's, with the pain, who would help everybody that we can, because I'm not in the spray business. I'm in the business of helping folks change their lives, their health, and their finances. Both. Because one thing this year, folks, I'm the youngest of 10 kids, and we all were healthy, all in good shape. Now, everyone's overweight, and everyone got something. I don't care if it's hypertension or a weight issue. They have something going on, folks. I'm 50. And I want to make sure that hopefully the ones younger than me will pay attention and listen. That if you do something every day, folks, if the body got sick, the body can get well. You lived into your diabetes. You lived into your cancer. You lived into your hypertension. You didn't go to bed last night and woke up obesity. You lived into it. So why? Spray your stuff out of it. Spray your stuff out of it. So everything, folks, takes 90 days. I share with my team, folks. It's amazing what the body does, folks. The body builds new things, folks, constantly. It builds a new stomach lining in 72 hours. It grows a whole new liver, folks, a whole new liver in 6 weeks. It grows a new spine in 90 days, new kidneys in 4 months. So if you do something that will up the power energy of the body, it will grow a better picture, meaning what? Not a degraded cell, not a degraded kidney, not a degraded liver. It will make copies of a cell that's better than the copy before, and the body starts healing, folks. We got these sprays. And Team Effort folks brought us something very special. So we're waiting on Mr. K. Mr. K on the call, take over. But if not, folks, in the power of this here, my most favorite spray, folks, is the Super 10. And be honest, folks, I had a lot of Super 10 left. With somebody on the line singing, the Super 10. So that's powerful. So I don't know what happened to Mr. T. Or what was the call. Well, I think Dr. Benson, if you have any kind of questions about the sprays or anything else, we can do a Q&A on this call tonight if you guys choose to, until we get our leaders on the call, okay?
Also, this is Nikisha from New York. A year ago this month, my oldest daughter, started having chest pains. And she'd go to the emergency room thinking she was having a heart attack, and they never gave her any EKG. They look at her and think that she's okay, and they send her back home. This went on every month or every other month from September to the end of April, when finally she found a doctor who sent her for labs and for an echocardiogram. It turned out that she had a massive amount of fluid around her heart. So what happened was she was hospitalized immediately. The chest pains were extremely severe. And they did every test on her under the sun. They thought she had lupus. They thought she had rheumatoid arthritis. You name it, they thought she had it. And then all of the tests that they did on her showed that that was not the case. The only thing that came back conclusive was that she had some sort of bacteria, which they didn't know what it was or where it came from, but it's causing the inflammation around the heart. So they did, they catheterized her heart to look to see how much damage, if any, was done to the heart. And they had her on Percocet, all types of pain medication. And they wanted to give her morphine, but she refused. So at some point, I started giving her the vitamin D spray. And when I did that, she was in the hospital for, I think it was 8 days. And she just, after a while, she decided that she was not going to take the hospital any longer because they didn't know what was wrong with her. And all they were doing was giving her a lot of pain medication. So they had to do like another echocardiogram before she left the hospital. I had been giving her the vitamin D spray for maybe 3 days. It's maybe a little longer, I'm not really sure. A spraying under her tongue. When they did the echocardiogram the last time before the day when she left the hospital, there was no fluid around the heart. I can't say that it was the vitamin D, but I really believe it was.
Wow. Nikisha, I want everybody on the line to press star 6. Nikisha, there's a lot of background noise. Stop over Nikisha. There's a kid in the background. If you can hear the noise in the background, or we can hear you, press star 6, please. Everybody, do this for us. There's a phone call, please press star 6. Somebody think about saying hi, press star 6. If you don't mind, come to on. Okay, go ahead and teach us. And listen to Nikisha.
So, that's the hospital. This is a very...
Okay, hold the line. There's a phone on the phone with an open line, and we don't have access to reach you out because of this not our call. And he's having a conversation. Do us a favor, please, and read the phone out. We're going to go a step further next time. I'm going to have him hang up next time. It's going to be nice. Read the phone out, please. The phone on the open line. Go ahead, Nikisha, okay?
Okay, so what happened is, went home and she was on the top floor of her building, which is a big walk up. And she would get upstairs and she couldn't come back down because she would be so tired. About a week and a half after she was released from the hospital, I put her on all of the sprays except for the Slim. So she was on the D-Power, the B-Boost, the Super 10, and the Cell Energy. Within a week or two, she was able to go for long walks. She had not been able to work since September of last year, up until the end of July, when she was able. She felt like she was getting herself back. She didn't have the chest pains anymore. She was able to take really long walks. She doesn't drive, so she walks everywhere unless she takes public transportation. But usually she'll walk. So she was able to walk, and she's a performer, so she works around the world. So she was hired for a job in St. Martin. She was able to go do that job. I think she stayed there for 8 days without any pain. She was taking her sprays daily, several times a day. She came back home from that. That was the end of July, I believe. And then in August, the second week of August, she was able to go to Texas and work for a week. And 2 weeks ago, she went to South Africa. And she took that 18-hour flight there and an 18-hour flight back. She had a conference, she was on the radio, and she did a performance. And she did not have any pain.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And I met her, Nikisha, in New York, right. And she was in pain. And we were concerned about her, and we knew that the spray would help her. But she had no faith in the sprays, and most folks don't. Because this is too simple, folks. How can these sprays, it's just a spray? And we look for complex things, MRIs, CAT scans, chemotherapy. But everything that the Lord that He healed, folks, it would be a touchy mud pie turning into the wall of water, folks. All simple stuff. And this is basically, I'm prepared to go to my first convention. I missed the last convention, folks, because folks, they saw my face, they saw my skin. I don't want the question, but they didn't see the lesions on my body. I had 17 lesions, folks. I had it for years on my body, bleeding lesions, and the folks in Chicago know that I treated a person that had them. I got them the next day. And I had it for 2011, and I asked the Lord that if you don't heal me, Lord, take me out of here. If you don't heal me in 2014, take me out of here. Because it's painful, folks. Can you imagine having lesions the size of a bow down or 17 of a bleeding lesion, and you can't sit, you can't move. You got to drive your car leaning in a certain angle. You can't sit on airplanes. I was miserable, folks. On top of that, I can hide that, but I can hide the face. I can hide what folks can see. I can cover those things up. And folks, and this was the reason why I didn't go to California, because I could sit on the plane that long. I could barely sit in a car ride 15 minutes. And I started getting these sprays religiously, folks, after that convention. I mean, when the stars came, I go through 10 to 12 sprays a month. I'm worth it, folks. I'm worth it. If all of a sudden, folks, these lesions start to clear up, you know, something that no doctor had anything for, all of a sudden, my skin started to clear out. All of a sudden I started feeling better. And guess what, Nikisha? I was going to teach. I have a hard time gaining weight. When I was 170, I was fat.
Yeah.
I was fat to me. You know, 175, folks call that normal. That's fat to me. You know, because and so finally, when I got sick, Nikisha, I got down to 130 something. I couldn't gain weight. I got on still this one today, Nikisha, at the health club.
Yeah.
It showed 150, and I just yelled because I want to weigh 150, and I'm there. But guess what? I got there by doing something every day. I do the sprays every day. I exercise every day. I'm on these calls every day. I do 3-ways every day. I do DPPs, which is often, folks. Which is often. Every day. And the Lord told me this to take 1 year to get your health back and get your finances back. This is my 3rd month. And folks, I don't mind saying, Nikisha, I'm looking good, but not Nikisha. I don't mind saying that. Because what I work for and I prayed for it, I invested in it. So the question is it here? So now, if my body got sick, it knows how it got sick. It got sick due to lack of something. And if it got well because it was something in those sprays that needed in it to get well.
Right. Oh, and I forgot to mention
no other way.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but I forgot to mention that I had my daughter had her vitamin D level checked while she was in the hospital, and I think it was 12.8.
Mr. Thing, I never had mine checked by lab, but we have other ways to test this thing called muscle testing. I was a 7, Nikisha.
Wow. I
was a 7. Folks, now I'm about 55, but I'm not sure yet, folks. I'm going to get my vitamin up to 100, 110. I'm going to go for the gusto, but guess what?